What's up, everyone? Very good to see you all again, even though, of course, I cannot actually see you. I hope that you are all doing very well. I most certainly am, even though I've been very, very busy with real-life stuff lately, and most importantly, thinking about where I want my channel, this channel, to go. Now, I've had a pretty good idea before. Of course, I'm going to continue recording all the books in Skyrim that I can find and reading them to you, but 2 days ago, I read something in an English newspaper called the Daily Mail. This newspaper had actually published an article reporting the suicide of a teenage boy, which is by itself really sad, of course, but what bothered me even more is that they were obviously trying to make it look like the fact that he was a frequent gamer was the main reason that he took his own life. I won't go into detail or speculation here out of respect to the family and relatives that he left behind, but the constant pointing to video games and gaming in general as a factor in young people hurting either themselves or others is just plain nonsense. And not only that, it is utterly unfair to the millions of people around the globe who enjoy gaming just as much as the next person and wouldn't think about hurting anyone as a result of it. And most of all, it places the whole gaming scene in a negative light, and people start to think that all games are simulations of extreme violence and gore, and that all games revolve around killing as many people as possible. So I was thinking about all that, and then I thought, well, why not try to convince people that gaming is so much more than the blood and the guns that you see in the television ads? I have a YouTube channel. I can try to reach people and show them the other side of gaming. Long story short, I decided to spend the next couple of weeks making videos that introduce some games that don't focus on killing as many people as you can, and some that don't even feature any violence or blood at all, because there is a truckload of games like that out there that many people enjoy, and I want to show people that gaming is mostly peaceful. And that is exactly what I have dubbed the coming series of videos, Gaming is Mostly Peaceful, or as I like to call it, GiMP. Please enjoy the first episode. What's up, everyone? So good to see you all again, even though I, of course, cannot actually see you, but I hope you are all doing very well. This week, I have a very special game for you called the Kerbal Space Program. Now, this is a game all about helping the inhabitants of the planet Kerbin to get to space by building and launching your own spaceship. And if that doesn't sound exciting enough, what if I told you that everything in this game is made from dynamite or some sort of explosive substance? Because honestly, I have lost count on how much ships and Kerbals I have lost in the past days. I am absolutely addicted to this game because it is just so much fun watching your own spaceship soar through the air and into the upper atmosphere, and that much more rewarding when you actually get to space. Now, at this time, the game is still in alpha stage. It is still being developed. New features are added almost monthly, sometimes weekly, and the developers keep a close eye on the community around this game, even going so far as to implement some of the better features that the people in the forums come up with. Now, if you want to join that community or you just want to keep up with the development, I'll put a link to the website in the description box just below this video, so be sure to check it out because I think that this game is going to go places if it hasn't already. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about the game here. As you can see, there's a multitude of buildings here to make all of this happen, but the building you'll be focusing most on is the one in the middle, which is the vehicle assembly building, and you'll be doing most of your construction in here. So when we click on it, we get to choose what command module we would like to work with, which is essential because it determines how much Kerbals you are taking up into space, and it's basically the base part of your rocket. So all the fuel, all the extra bits and bobs that you need, all the engines, they all attach underneath the module. So it's basically your whole rocket. Everything revolves around that command module and getting it up into space. So once you've done that and you have selected the right command module for your project and you've actually built your rocket, it's time to take it to the launch pad to see if it will actually fly. Now, I've built a simple little spaceship here for testing purposes, and I'm doing my best to get it into orbit, but as you can see, I am failing horribly because, like I said, everything in KSP is made with explosives. So the slightest of bumps can make your spaceship shatter into a million pieces, but at the same time, that is a huge part of the fun, because it encourages experimentation. Go crazy with your designs and see what works and what doesn't, and why it behaves like it does. And when you do finally get it right, and you get that stable orbit around the planet, and you can finally enjoy the lovely view and even have your Kerbal step outside of the spaceship to fly around in 0G. Like I mentioned earlier, this game is still in the alpha stage, so there's no actual missions as of yet. I suspect that the developers will ultimately give the player certain missions to accomplish, which then earn you money, with which you can then build a better rocket, but I have no real way to be sure of that. And, it's just going to be a matter of keeping an eye on the website and seeing what the developers come up with. Some players have already actually been able to get to the Mun, which is the Kerbal equivalent of the Moon, which is no easy feat, because not only do you have to get into space safely, you also have to land on the surface of the Mun in one piece, so that is certainly a challenge that will take up some of your time. In the meantime, I am having tons of fun with this game. You can check out the link at the end of this video to see me playing Kerbal Space Program and follow my adventures in or should I say misadventure, in trying to get somewhere with this, so keep an eye on that. I wish you all a wonderful week, and I hope to see you all soon for the next episode of GiMP. Thank you for watching.